Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Still in Atlanta.
Still in Atlanta, picking up the to be continued.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, it continued.
It continued, yes. It's episode 9 of this season 17.
17, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're at the mid season.
Yeah, we got to see the mid-season trailer. What do you think about that?
Oh, that was good. That was good. I'm looking forward to the things that are happening. I think looked like there was more definite huge issues with Porsha and Shamea.
Yeah.
With K. Michelle and Drew, and they go to Scotland.
Oh, that's right.
Whole Traders theme.
That whole Traders theme is going to kill me. Like, it just would be like, it's going to give Phaedra more time to speak like this.
Sometimes Phaedra, though, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. And then nothing really much with like the other girls. Those are like the big fight.
In the trailer, yeah, that's really about it. Yeah. There's some stuff with Kelli in there.
Oh yes, Kelli, and I think because Phaedra is going to be defending Kelli. She's going to be acting as her lawyer.
Oh, right.
Which last time Phaedra defended a housewife didn't go so well.
Oh, Phaedra did? She represented
Shamea. Not Shamea. It's not Shamea. Sheree.
Oh, okay.
Against her ex-husband, and
did not
go well. Yeah. But, we'll see.
Different case. Altogether.
Like 10 years later, really, yeah.
So this episode picks up from the dinner where they've stormed off from the table.
Yes, because fingers and glasses were people's faces, and they shouldn't do that.
I do enjoy watching it back again, that the minute whoever mentions the glass of wine, you just see like producer's hand sneak in and grab.
Yeah.
I'll be taking that.
No.
We will not. No, now that you've mentioned it, it's going to be thrown.
I'm just glad she didn't throw it. Like, she could have like just sloshed it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really, really bad.
I thought it was definitely a sign of old school versus new school, where basically Porsha and Drew and Phaedra, we have to go back in. You know, they went back in expecting the other women would have come back.
And the other women are like, nope,
they're like,
peace out.
Yep, we are in the van. We are in the Uber Black on our way. We're going.
Yeah, well, like Kelli and Shamea are like so united. They were going to like, once Kelli said I'm out, Shamea's like, I will join you. And then Kay and Pinky are very, united as well. So they're just like, well, gotta go.
Yeah, that was so
nothing
weird.
got resolved.
Nothing at all.
I feel like it could have, because later on in the episode when Kay and Porsha sit down, they're able to work everything out, not to the way they really should. Like, things are still, they're like moving forward, but not really getting past the things that are dealing with. That's why I think they're still fighting to this day, on Twitter.
I think, I don't know, I'm gonna call it that K. Michelle is being a little too timid in real, like when she's pressed to be like one-on-one with Porsha, she's being a little too timid. When she's not with one-on-one, she's got a little bit more fire. A little fuel to her fire.
When she's on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
When she said that, I come in peace because she thinks that Porsha could kick her ass. It's like, are you being funny or are you being serious?
Yeah, like Portia's not going to be like, let me,
That's old Porsha.
That's just so goofy.
Yeah, Porsha doesn't drag people by their hair anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think that, like, I don't know. I think that Kay is acquiescing and just giving in too easily. And when she really has a beef still, like, I think she really has a problem.
I think every time Kay brings up the beef, though, I never understand. It's not clear what the issue is. And I like Kay. I think our last clip, people were saying, like, oh, well, she should be mad because Porsha, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not saying she shouldn't be mad. I'm just saying she needs to come correct and clear. That's the only way you can take the high road, or I don't know, or win, or whatever. Just like, because it's very confusing for the audience why you're upset, and you're not saying who told you these things, and then that makes people think, oh, it's just Shamea.
Mm-hmm.
You say it's not Shamea. Everyone thinks it's just Shamea who told you to, like, that Porsha or Drew were digging up dirt on you. So I just need her to, I hope, as she makes it very clear at the reunion, maybe brings a receipt or two about who was plotting, who told her they were plotting. Maybe it comes out later in the season. That's why we see her and Drew get into the big fight. I don't know.
Right. Well, for her, I hope she does as well.
Yeah.
because you said hoop instead of
I said hoop.
you did. I just wasn't, I waited a little while.
No, correct me like in a minute.
It's a little cute. I hoop you're right.
A hoop.
It's almost like you were Canadian hooping, like
A hoop.
a hoop and a boot.
We were talking about K. Michelle.
So, yeah, no, that is the problem. And I just think that you can tell, like, there's the apology is. And did she really apologize?
She apologized for not saying it to her face in the moment and, like, not telling Porsha that she had a beef.
Right. Because even Porsha was like...
Because Porsha's like, oh, she can apologize. And we were like, I don't think she really did.
Yeah, I don't...
But she kind of did say, like, she owned something.
She owned that...
She may not say it. She might have said, I'm sorry, but she owned that she could have...
handled it differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. But I like Kay a lot. And I feel like she gets beat up on the internet and people are like, oh, she should be one and done. And I'm like, I think she's a really interesting personality.
Mm-hmm.
I liked early in the season when she was when she brought all her stuff to the table, what she's gone through and her medical issues and whatever. And I think she's pretty open to a certain extent, and I want her to do well. I hate one and done.
Oh.
Unless you totally suck. Then yes, but I do not like a one and done. I need more time to get to know someone. I think she's another season now that she's gonna get her bearings. Maybe post reunion she'll be like, really, get into a groove, and because I think she's a good personality. I
think. Oh, I agree fully. But I think for me to really kind of latch on and like really find her, a good housewife for Atlanta is I need to understand her thought process. And right now I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding like what her motivation. I need to understand her motivation for this beef or for why she's trying to pick a fight here or there. 'Cause that's the thing is she doesn't seem like she's trying to pick a fight. Like she's not like she's going out of her way. I feel like she feels
betrayed and hurt and angry at Porsha and Drew now.
Yes, but she hasn't taken us as the audience along with her as to how she got there.
Yes, so I need a good sit down, whether it be with her husband or Pinky, that just explains everything very clearly.
Without any of this, like, it'll in due time, people will find out. She knows, they know what's going on. It's like, just say.
Oh, I hate that. They know what you did. No, well, they might know what they did, but we didn't know what they did. We don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Like, if you want to get people behind you, you need to call it what it is.
Yes.
So
I liked that Angela took her to lunch and she's like, I feel bad because I don't want her to feel ganged up on. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to have like a bad entry into the group. And I like that Angela like made an effort there. And, she even pointed out it must have hurt when Drew said, you don't fit in, and I'm glad that she clocked that because it was a really snarky, snotty thing for Drew to say.
Yeah. Especially if, and I think I forgot about it because K. Michelle mentioned it earlier in the season that like she doesn't have a lot of lady friends.
Yes.
A lot of,
and Angela pointed that out too. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that would definitely be, a dig to have someone be like, you don't fit in this group because women don't like you is essentially what I think that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that seems to be
supposed to be.
Yeah. Which is just like, ugh. That person.
You were talking about one and dones, and it reminded me that Angela and Kelli. This is just their second season,
right?
Each, and I think Kelli, even though she's kind of being Shamea's little sidekick this season, she's bringing a little bit of something.
But she has a lot of story going on besides just being like Shamea. Yeah.
But I'm still not for this, code name boyfriend of hers.
I don't really care. At least we heard him on the phone. I think eventually, as long as. I just really think she should have made it very clear. This is not a married pastor. Mm-hmm. Jarvis is like whoever. Apparently, Shamea introduced them. Mm-hmm. We learned that. I don't need to know all his details, but like just make it clear you're not hiding him because he's a married man.
Right.
Because you're adding fuel to this fire. That Porsha is conjuring up. Honestly, I think Porsha is pulling so much of this out of her ass.
Yeah.
Like when she says, I am the receipt. That's bullshit.
I think Porsha more or less said that when she said she's just getting her lick in.
I don't think she really knows for a fact that she slept with a married man.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like just because Porsha said it this season or this episode where what K. Michelle didn't understand is that Kelli had come for Porsha before. And so Porsha was just giving back what she got. And I feel like Porsha was just being messy and trying to, you know, create a narrative and see what stuck and what didn't.
Yeah.
And I think Porsha knows that. And she all...
But also Porsha knows that like once you bring it on the show, it becomes more grounded.
True.
Then it's
Maybe
like
she could make something out of it.
Yeah, like I think, you know, once it's there, then it's like, it becomes like, oh, did she sleep with a married man? Is Jarvis a pastor?
Right.
Like, what's Jarvis' code? Like, you know, whatever.
Code name for Iron Man.
Iron Man.
I'm sure, I hope that my milky swallows aren't coming up on the microphone. Everyone's going to be all like, I'm glad we could hear you drink milk on the microphone. Thanks, Scott. We appreciate that.
Hot mic, real hot.
Yep, drinking chocolate milk. I'm 48 years old, drinking chocolate milk. It's delicious. Yeah, so Kelli, you know, again, they keep talking very candidly about how Kelli can't film with her kids.
She told Phaedra this.
Told Phaedra that. I like that Kelli came over and apologized to Phaedra for like making a thing at the party, which, and I like that she was like, well, did you accept my apology? And it's
that was cute.
Because Phaedra was like, yeah, oh yeah, you know, no problem with that.
When Phaedra said Kelli is like sweet cherry because she swings low.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
But still very Phaedra in a way that I'm like, okay.
But when the producer said to Kelli, do you own a bra? And she flashed her boobs. She's like, I don't wear a bra. I'm like, why don't you wear a bra?
I don't think anyone owns a bra on this season because even Angela's wearing that weird dress that looked like it was unfinished in her confessional.
It's a lot of boobage. I know it's Atlanta week. That's a week. But like...
I mean, I don't know if maybe also it's the, is there a fashion trend coming back with like just, you know, 70s pancake titties being like you know, because everyone's letting them kind of hang low and flat as what a lot of them are coming out to be.
Look, I peripherally talk about titties, but no, I'm
just saying they're relaxed. Like they're not being all pushed up and
just say they're relaxed.
Yes.
Say the boobies are relaxed.
I did. They're just, you know, they're just there. They're not there, you know, the ladies aren't dressing them up and putting them in things that are uncomfortable for them. Well, just wearing, you know, just having.
I know you're talking about like 70s, like Farrah Fawcett or the Jiggly TV.
Jiggly TV.
You know, back they called Charlie's Angels Jiggle TV.
Yeah.
And also Three's Company because like Susanna Summers didn't wear a bra.
Right.
And it was very 70s like to not wear a bra because they don't burn them all and the women's movement yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering though if like or if that's the thing, if a lot of the dresses that are being made now kind of have that aesthetic to them where you just can't wear a bra and then they're
could if it's a cute bra.
Okay.
You could. I don't know. Whatever. Your body, your choice.
I know, I get it.
No, I'm not talking to you, but I'm saying like to the women, your body, your choice. You know, let them hang low if you want. Mm-hmm. Just know Phaedra's going to talk about them.
Well, I guess, and I'm going to talk about that dress Angela was wearing because that wasn't.
It looked like a Project Runway. They ran out of time. Had to send her down the runway.
Yeah, because like the bodice, I suppose, didn't seem finished. Like it was frayed right there, and then the little piece under her like ribs.
Yeah, it just seemed like the cutout was just like last minute. It was odd. It's a great color.
Yeah,
and the hair and makeup were great. I'd say like her look during the fight with Shamea was not great, and that wig was not great. Like she's done
fine.
She's done so much better.
Before we get all to the Shamea of it all, so Kelli got new teeth, which honestly I don't remember her old teeth. Like
I wasn't really paying attention.
I mean, I'm going to go back and see what that looked like. I'm going to Google it before.
Well, also because now all her confessionals are no, because it's after this was shot. This is like the new teeth, so we'd have to look at her last season to see the teeth.
All I know is, I mean, that's a good sign of good work is when you can't tell, like when they don't stand out as like, oh my god.
Because some people like get like certain men too have gotten like. Yeah, house husbands have gotten like really big chompers.
Yes, they come in there with the horse teeth.
Very much so.
And they're all white and just like,
well, it's something too, like how Shamea was saying, well, now you have to give a lot of BJs. And it's like, well, with those teeth, can you?
$70,000. Like that's
veneers are very expensive.
They are, but
that's why I just got Invisalign.
I mean, I thought, I don't know. Like my mom always said she wanted to pay to fix my teeth, and I always told her, "Please do." And then she went and died before she did it. But I can't imagine it would have been $50,000 from,
Well, I mean, depending on Atlanta, if you go to like a very like high in demand doctor.
I don't know. Also, could you imagine me with like properly sized teeth? Like I would look like I have a horse mouth.
It would be make your face look different.
It really, really would. So
yeah.
We'll just have to keep this stunningly handsome good look that I already have.
Stunningly handsome.
We did, so Angela, other than her thing with Shamea at the end, which we will get to, what did she have really going on with this?
Well,
she met up with
Pinky
and her daughter.
It's so funny how they had that read off like 3 or 4 episodes ago. Now like they're totally cool. Like, we're friends. But like at Pinky, it was like Pinky's daughter, Angela's daughter, did some modeling. Cynthia showed up. They filled around on what happened at the party. They're all trying to like bring the group together because it's so fractured. And Pinky said, I think you and Shamea need to Angela, I think you and Shamea need to like come to Jesus. Yeah. And she didn't say like, she said that you not like stirs things up, but like you kind of instigate things and you don't mean to, but you do.
Right. And then I felt like Angela was going to take issue with that with Pinky saying.
But she didn't, because I think they're cool now.
Well, she started to. She's like, whoa, hey.
She looked at her like.
Yeah. And then
she moved on.
Yeah. Which was good. But I feel we were talking about it briefly that like Phaedra doesn't really have a storyline of her own. She's giving friend of vibes, just like Cynthia, obviously, who is a friend of. And I think unless Angela really gets involved in some actual beefs that have, meat on the bones, she's just doing friend of stuff too.
Angela's not a friend of.
She's giving me friend of vibes.
Angela's not a friend of.
She's given little quippy quips in her confessionals. She is stirring the pot a little bit, but that whole back and forth with Pinky, didn't really understand why. And the whole back and forth, the whole thing she has with Shamea at the end of this episode was just bad reads, and it just
I
didn't like it.
I feel the internet would beg to differ with you about Angela and her reads, because it's funny how like you weren't impressed by the read off with Pinky, when that was, I think, is going to go down as like one of the top moments of this season.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the point.
And I think as much as I like Shamea, we'll get to it.
No, we could just get to it now. Shamea's was the weaker of the two.
Oh yes, when Angela said, "I don't have to lay on my back to get on my feet," that was a line that was like that just good. Came to her, and it was so quick.
But I mean, but that's my problem. And what I'm saying is like, is there any truth to it? Like, is she just saying it because it sounds funny and sounds?
I think she is saying that Shamea is truly a housewife. Not that she doesn't do other things, but I think she's just saying like. Angela's trying to say, like, you don't really do anything, although she does, but it's like more like Gerald gives you everything, and you basically just lay on your back to get something. You married a rich man, and now you have everything.
See, I think I would feel a little bit more like, oh, right, yeah, Angela's really landing all these. If Shamea like had married Gerald because he was rich and like was truly just trying to be a kept woman, like if it was a Kelli situation from Rhode Island.
I think Kelsey Grammer with Camille. Oh no, that's what I was thinking.
No, like if it was truly like a situation like that, then I'm like, okay, that's a good read. But she's just saying stuff that just sounds like it's.
Well, also, like Shamea was
almost all-purpose shade.
Right. Shamea was like acting and singing and like doing things, and she hosts things. Like Shamea does a lot of stuff. Right. She's like out there hustling, got this rum business kind of going on. So she's not just sitting at home like waiting for Gerald to like give her an allowance.
Right. And that's why I think Angela's stuff's a little weak. They are witty, but I don't think they're based in anything. No, is the beef I feel that she has.
The beef is real and they truly don't they just don't like one another. No. They don't like one another, and I think it does have to do with Porsha, which Shamea is quick to say, like, I don't want to talk about Porsha, but I feel like Shamea is mad that Angela pointed out things to Porsha. That was kind of like one of the nails in the coffin of their friendship last year between Porsha and Shamea. When she pointed to Porsha, like, Shamea feels a certain kind of way. True. And it caught Porsha off guard. And that, I think, feelings spiraled on since then. And I think Shamea, even though she doesn't say it, does blame Angela.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Shamea has a lot, and she just is ready to come at Angela. And
but this whole
and I don't think Angela doesn't.
Crap.
Yeah, it's just kind of dumb to like talk about someone's looks like that.
Yeah. I don't mind the size 12 shoe comment was kind of I don't mind that. Like, so what if you have big feet? Like,
Or she's a tall lady, but
Right.
like everyone's so damn short. It's not hard to be tall in this
Right.
group.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know why. Like, I thought it was funny when she's stupid funny when she's like, oh, I'm meeting someone. She's like tall, size 12 shoes. Like, there's this.
It was a dumb read. Angela won that
Oh, absolutely. I think
for
Angela
sure.
wins
And,
that.
yeah,
Especially because when you bring it down to looks and you start trying to make it was even.
it was well. But the whole thing, like, just admit, like, just they need to talk out like why they are mad at each other. But as Angela said, when you try to press Shamea on this, she'll pivot and she won't really have the fight. And it comes down to Porsha, but she doesn't want to talk about Porsha because Portia's not talking about her, and they don't want to give each other any air, and they're being really petty about it instead of like work. And that is, I feel like, so much the root of the drama with the group. The elephant in the room that no one talks about, that Porsha and Shamea do not interact. I have not seen it on camera once this season where they'll be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Aside from like Portia's dinner at the beginning of the season, they do not interact. And it's weird.
Well, it looks like they will interact before the end of the season.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And
it's causing like a ripple effect. And Angela versus Shamea is part of that.
Because it's making it okay to not.
And Kelli and Porsha is part of that.
It's making it okay to not address the problems and just kind of keep letting them simmer and then just ignoring them. So, which this show is not about. It's about conflict and resolution. And
Porsha feels that Kay and her issue is with Shamea, but I don't think that is. I don't think that Shamea is directing Kay. I don't think Shamea is directing Kelli. And it could just be like when your friend has an issue, you have an issue. I think that's more so Kelli and Shamea, because I don't think Kay and Shamea are that close to.
Right.
Get to the point.
I did at the end of the episode that they did confessionals like right in front of their cars.
On the fly.
That's some old school like
Housewives,
stuff where it's like, before you go, what just happened there? And they're just them talking.
Because obviously you didn't get anywhere with this fight. So like,
like they needed to make the scene a little bit long, give some padding to the scene. But also it's like, it shows you just kind of like how scattered the fight was inside, and then it just takes it outside where they're both kind of heated and trying to like get their digs in, but it's still kind of the same little messiness.
I think Shamea just like sat there and like I feel with Angela and Pinky, it was not that deep. They just, like, whatever happened, they started breathing each other, and then now they're totally cool. But like with Shamea and Angela, Shamea obviously has so much beef that she just won't like say it, and so she's kind of projecting it like, oh, Angela's an issue with me, and I'm like, no, Shamea, I think you have an issue with Angela. I don't think Angela gives a damn. So again, I like them both, but I'm like, oh, Shamea, you're losing this here.
I'm just saying, like, I'm leaning more at Angela than Shamea this season so far. But again, that's also because I feel like Shamea and Kelli are putting themselves out on an island, for a lot of the season so far.
Well, they've roped Kay and Pinky onto this island now.
Well, no, the island's getting bigger.
Although I think Kay and Pinky like are willing to hang out with the other girls, just
as long as Drew's not involved.
Yeah.
But speaking of Drew,
oh my God,
we got to meet Drew's new manager, who got her entire staff together. Not her entire staff.
Her team.
If the producers were saying there was 20 people, there were not 20 people on camera right there when they all met up later. But I have to say, Drew's team is 100 times more exciting than Drew. I would watch a spinoff of those two queens arguing with each other like that. I want to know what Freedom did to piss off the other one. Like
Danny.
Great. Oh, it was so good.
I mean, when Danny said to Freedom, like, you just, you've been fired, you've been like,
but I'm here now.
You got drunk on the job, and I'm like, oh gosh.
First off, I need to say Drew looked amazing. Why doesn't she look like that all of the time?
Well, and it's funny how like Danny was trying to accuse Drew's hairstylist of like not making her look good. He's like, the wigs don't sometimes look good. And I'm like, and when Danny said, well, the blogs don't say that, I'm like, hello, Jeff from California is saying the wigs don't always look good.
Husbands Watching Housewives says.
Yeah, the wigs don't always look great. So that was an astute point, Danny. But yeah, like I was like, one, why does she have this whole team? Two, when she was like, make it very clear, I pay everyone. I'm like, okay, is that why you're houses.
I mean, that's expensive.
It's very expensive.
I mean, and is she making enough? Like,
what is she doing?
I don't understand.
I know she put out an album, but like, I don't know why this entourage is needed. Like, she had two, like, Danny was kind of her assistant, and then Dude Face, who didn't say anything, was her assistant. And I get having hair and makeup, but you don't need hair and makeup every day, do you?
Right.
That you have a, like,
maybe they're not like full time. She's not like giving them benefits. And
no one is getting any health care from Drew.
And when I started this episode, I was queuing it up. I was watching the end of last week's episode, and I noticed, and I'm sure they do this all the time, but I noticed the credits actually include and list all the hair and makeup people.
Oh, really?
There's like 3 or 4 different screens of hair and makeup by, and it has all their names and stuff. I've never noticed that before on other franchises, and I'm sure it's there.
We should look for it like on Rhode Island.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting that they listed all that. I guess that's what gives, like if they get the freebie or they have someone who does their hair regularly, then at least they get their name on there and someone else might look them up. But like it should be like old game shows where it was like wardrobe by, even jewelry by.
Photos by the Christie brothers.
Because that way you'd be like, oh, I really like Drew's wigs. It could be like Drew's wigs by.
Well, let's Go Naked.
Oh, well, true.
Yeah, now that she and Porsche are cool. Like she's a Go Naked ambassador again.
But like if you somehow had a stroke and you liked Drew's styling, then maybe you could find Drew's stylist and be like, hey, I really like what you're doing, and get him on board for your style.
I think raking in order of like best to worst, it would be Drew's makeup artist, hairstylist, and then stylist.
You think her makeup's the best? Oh, her makeup's the best.
Makeup's the best.
Stylist is better.
Makeup, no, then hairstylist, then wardrobe.
Wardrobe, okay. All right.
I said best to worst, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. I don't know. I just feel like.
But the fact that she, like, her PR
passive.
person was there, and we had 2 assistants, and like her music producer, and
again, I know she was trying really hard to like bring it all back and like tie it up in a neat bow. And guys, I can't have you fighting because then I can't go out and like perform. But I just read that as like you were really trying hard to make this about you, girl. Like you really are. Even in your whole. We're going to make drama, show you the drama in my team. It still flopped for you, Drew. For me.
Because the team was more interesting than Drew.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to like belabor the point of like how much we are like side-eyeing Drew.
We're just disappointed. She can do so much better.
Can she?
I was about to say, I don't know that she can.
But she'll swing it on home at the reunion.
So K. Michelle, what was with her talking about Drew's shirtless man with Taco Bell hairs?
Taco hairs.
What is taco hairs?
Like, I think a little bitsy. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay.
But
like
Drew,
have like
so yeah, she was saying like your husband with like Ralph had a confessional last season. We saw where he wasn't wearing a shirt with that jacket.
Okay.
And I guess we saw like little bitsy hairs. Maybe that's just saying taco hairs. I don't know where that comes from. She's talking about him being in the basement. Like she's pointing out things that we know. Drew, like that Ralph is whack. Okay.
But even then, she's not really landing on how it matters. You know what I mean?
I need her to say, so-and-so, JoJo told me that Drew was going around to Lottie-Dottie and everybody to dig up dirt on me. I need to be very clear. Otherwise, I get why you want to have a beef with Drew because, she just irks. But like, I need a clear direction of why you do not like her.
Yeah. And
what you heard, who told you. I need a screenshot, like just something.
Do you think we're going to get it before the end of the season? Or is K. Michelle going to continue to be like this, oh, well, I'm a nice, polite Southern girl,
Well, they get in, like they were both being held back. We saw in that fight in the trailer. So something else happens. And
yeah.
I don't know. I would curious to see.
I don't want it to be violence.
No, I don't want it to be violence either. I just want them to like not work it out because
that's probably not going to work it out.
No, but just like figure it out.
Who we missed? We missed anyone?
No.
Shamea went to her mom and sisters and talked about the surrogacy.
Yeah, that's really.
We had questions a couple weeks ago about like how many the
it wasn't the same person,
right?
That's what not that she's a detail everything, but I thought it was the same surrogate,
right?
that you had 5 failed transfers, but they were a couple before she got to her current one.
It sounded also like perhaps they tried her, like some of the embryos left with her. So I think they did IVF before Shiloh, and they had the embryos, and they had tried implanting a couple of the male embryos, or one of them in her, before they went surrogacy for Shiloh. I think these are left over.
Oh.
And that's kind of what I was picking up.
I couldn't tell.
Some of them were bad IVF for her, or failed IVF, and it was for one surrogate and then another surrogate, and then she's on her third surrogate.
Oh, yeah, she's okay.
Yes. So,
okay.
But I think that was the very small note. I was a little distracted by the white appliances with the gold.
That backslash was aggressive.
That was very aggressive.
It was
and
aggressive.
then they had matching pots and pans. Like the pots and pans were all white with gold handles. Like they could have lost them on that stove.
But was she not about to spoon those grits into paper bowls? Yes, she was.
Oh, did she?
Yes, she was.
Paper bowl? I do not.
It's like how I see a paper bowl, a paper plate, and I'm like, why are we doing this? You are showing me so much opulence in this kitchen, and then you bring out a paper bowl.
Yeah.
No.
And I loved her sister's shirt, the IDN, IDC, IDGAF. I was like, yes. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I like her sister, yeah.
It's a good shirt. I
yes.
liked it. I like that I don't know why she was in that scene. She just kind of sat there like staring at them like,
Well, so did her dad. He didn't really say much either.
Yeah.
He's more like, oh. I like her family unit. I love that they supported her.
Mm-hmm.
I hope things go well with this current surrogate.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? But, yeah.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, I mean.
Well, she mentioned too, there's one other girl embryo. So I wonder if it doesn't work with this last boy embryo, are they going to try? Because they said they want a big family. Will they just go for a girl then?
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe was the idea, that if they have a third with the boy, then maybe they have a fourth with the girl, because they wanted 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was interesting hearing her talk about, her worries because Shiloh has those medical issues and, her kind of developmental stuff.
And doesn't know if she can bear that again.
Yeah.
It's just, obviously she has a lot going on that she doesn't really bring to the group. She brings it to Kelli.
Right.
But, it's something too, it makes sense because even Kelli said, why did I tell you guys what's going on with me when you're just going to use it against me?
Yeah.
So I think Shamea feels the same way.
Right.
Which doesn't make for good housewives because you're not not that you need to kumbaya every episode, but it would be nice to know what all's going on.
The other ladies should know, and kind of that's what makes, I think, the show is good, is when everyone's involved in what's going on in everyone else's life, or they're aware of it and they're not trying to weaponize it.
Right.
And yeah, that's why when it, occasionally when it does get weaponized, it's interesting, but when it's weapon all over the place, that's when you're just like, okay.
I think it's dark and it's not fun to watch.
Right. Just like that ugly vest that Shamea was wearing. Not fun to watch. I tell you, it looked like one of those not styrofoam, like those foam rubber life jackets.
It looked more so old school, 90s, Tommy Hilfiger, you know what I'm saying?
It just didn't fit her. Because it also was sticking up off top of her shoulders, and it just, there was a space between. It didn't look good.
No.
I didn't like it.
No.
So that was the only other scene I think that I remembered, because I was just astounded at how much white kitchen appliances, especially
white and gold.
How do you, after what Nene said about the white appliances, how do you have any white appliances?
Was there a white fridge?
Yeah, their fridge. It was that kind of more modern white fridge.
Right. I think that's very.
It had the gold handles, but
it wasn't like a white fridge back in the day.
No, it wasn't like a '90s Frigidaire, but it was it was something.
Not Frigidaire.
Also, I couldn't help notice. Was it in the trailer, or Porsha and Dennis went through the drive-through?
Yes, that was in today.
They dropped off
Pilar,
who's 6 and so tall. I can't believe I'm saying that.
We're old. We saw her
so
being
old,
born. Yeah.
Right. But I also just can't imagine I love that they're in a Rolls Royce driving through the McDonald's drive-through. I really
extra
enjoyed
cheese.
That for breakfast too.
And some ham.
Yeah, I was like, could you? I don't know. Can you imagine working at McDonald's and having the most expensive Rolls Royce come through?
Well, if you're working at Atlanta,
yelling at each other.
You work in Atlanta, you're like, must be Tuesday.
So, it was a good episode.
It was good. Yeah.
I think thank you for talking me through this. I think what I've come to realize is I want context to all the beef. I think all this code words and like so and someone's talking to me like I'm not here for it.
Yeah, it's like I think things blow up before you can really even figure out what's going on. Like, with Shamea and Angela, if they could just, just calmly say like what the issue is, but they were both sitting on ready at that lunch, and I'm like, why are you sitting on ready so hard? I never didn't think it was that deep, but like apparently it is.
Apparently it is.
So
Those poor servers who just
that was so funny.
Kebabs. That's all they wanted to do.
Hi ladies, I'm back. And then I was like, wah, wah, wah.
Just wandered off. So
I'm gonna let you guys fight. You figure this out.
All right. So we covered everybody?
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Well, then it looks like we'll talk about it next time.
Till next time.